What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the room. Let's talk about it. Unfortunately, all of us woke up to some tragic news. Apparently, at about 2:35 in the morning. I'm gonna just jump right into it. I'm gonna have to end up repeating myself anyway. 2:35 in the morning at a bowling alley. Also while playing dice for a live performance, while doing a live impromptu performance or whatever. Takeoff was killed. Tragically shot. Those are the facts. Where was everybody else? Where was everybody? Where was the team? Where was the security? Thank you for the likes. Those are the questions that I have, because where is everybody at? And it's hard to even get to the bottom of a story if you don't have all the facts. It's hard to feel one way, at least for me. It's hard to feel one way. It's hard for me to feel one way about it, because I need things to make sense. And you don't have to try too hard to make things make sense. Pearl Rasia, they're saying he was hit by a stray bullet by his team. There's some type of text message that went out. I have the text messages. It said somebody who's there firsthand, they don't know who it is, but somebody on his team got into an argument with somebody while they were playing dice. One of his team members, was shooting all wild and crazy. Thank you. Meanwhile, your name is Shut the Fuck Up. They said his team member or his friend, gang, whatever, was shooting all crazy, ended up shooting him. And then in the same text message, it said that the person retaliated and then shot back, and Takeoff was probably killed. I like to pronounce things properly. He was then shot again by a retaliatory bullet. But in that same sentence, they say that when he was shot by the friend, he immediately hit the ground. So how he got shot again, I don't know. While they were playing dice, y'all, I might mix up Quavo, Offset, Turn Off, Turn Right, I just don't know. But Take Flight, it is no disrespect, I just don't know these names. They were playing dice. Takeoff's partner was losing. They got into an argument, Takeoff's friend and the person he was losing against. Takeoff's friend got his gun out and was shooting bang, 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 all crazy, crazy, crazy. One of those shots hit Takeoff and he fell to the ground. Then one of the retaliatory shots hit Takeoff as well, and now he's dead. And that's the situation. That's from an unknown source, a text message that came out, person that said they were there firsthand, and that was the situation. Allegedly, who the hell knows? What I do know is that it's crazy that they have that footage like that. Because if this footage, nobody around you was your friend. Nobody around was your friend. And that's sad. Nobody was there to protect you or even keep the people in line, because as a celebrity, everyone you come in contact with has the ability to be a liability. And if you are hanging around liabilities, then you can't meet the bottom line. You know what I mean? You can't go out and be effective. You can't be associated with these things when you're sitting here with these liable people. Playing dice at a bowling alley while you're doing a performance, that's just too much. That's just too much going on. Because one, y'all should be playing dice in the security of a backstage room, something. Y'all should be playing dice up in the, because y'all been famous, Quavo on them, y'all been famous too long, which none of them was there. I'm not there at the time. Y'all been famous too long to be doing these things. And I'm not even gonna say they ghetto, because I would have to go back into their history, do a deep dive on them, get the read on how they were brought up to even know that those are the type of settings that they would be in normally. Yes, as the media, they want us to portray the fact, the media wants to portray the fact that they're thuggy, da 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 da. But if you remember Lil Jon, if you could remember back then, if I'm speaking to people in my age bracket and a little older, we remember Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Let me whisper in your ear, tell you something that you might like to hear. And everybody thought he was a slang, talking, no good something, because that was the image that they pushed out to him until they put his ass on the camera. And he spoke so eloquently. Not even like, I hate to say that, but that is what it was. They pushed out this image, they put him in front of a microphone, and he knocked people to the ground with his maturity and professionalism, which seemed more natural than the whispering in your ear, yeah, which is all a gimmick. So I'm not even gonna say I don't know. So, rappers and football players, and they all black. I just got the, there's a, did y'all get that? Football players have been dying, black football players have been dying every month, all year. What this is, I don't know. And it's, if you've been a part of the collective, if you're a Lux member, if you're down with the family and you've been here for a minute, these are the types of things I've been talking about. I cannot exactly put my finger on it. I can't exactly put my finger on it, and that kind of frustrates me. But there's something to take notice here. It's not about black men need to live longer. We are dealing with something that is so not common right now. We are dealing with something that is not, so we are not dealing, but we are in the midst of something that is not commonplace. This is not just your run-of-the-mill hate crime or gang violence. This is not that by any means. Because why the hell would these celebrities be in a situation? Because at the end of the day, I don't care. You done set your family up. You don't want to compromise that. They keep talking about his mother, who seems to be connected to the people, so she might be on my next list of things, people to deep dive in. You don't put all these, you got people to support, you employing people, you're supporting family. You don't put yourself in these situations. You don't go riding in cars where you got drugs and guns. You don't be with people that be slinging guns and shooting all willy-nilly because they feel like it. You don't get a patrol with somebody who has a bad history because that reflects poorly on you, Nicki Minaj, and Kenneth Petty. And they got a damn, do we got a damn ankle monitor on in that picture with the baby? Let me and why they ain't did that baby's hair? Let me show y'all. Where I go, how I do this. Enhance stickers effects. This picture. We're gonna talk about these Easter Halloween costumes while we're on here too. Y'all tell me if this is a what you call it or not. Oh. An ankle monitor. Oh, I have to zoom in on that. I have to do some dissection on it. Cute picture. I wish they would have did that boy's hair. Nicki Minaj looks great. Kenneth looked like he going to Walmart real quick. Maybe even Target. Trader Joe's. The baby hair ain't been done in weeks. I'm gonna say at least 5 days. That's definitely an ankle monitor. Like, we're not functioning in reality. And any justifiable rationale that somebody might have about the situation, it's not it. It's not it. And that's the conversation. That's my standpoint. That's my perspective. Because it's not it. After Halloween, the day after, the night of Halloween, 3:25 in the morning, that's still Halloween night. Coupled with all this stuff going on, my biggest thing is I have to watch, and that's what those Drink Champ interviews become priceless after a point when these people get to die, and then you rush back and see what they had to say. Were they not the last fucking people that was on Drink Champs? Were they not the last people that Nori and them had on Drink Champs? Granted, they probably didn't shoot. They probably shot that thing last month, 2 months ago. I don't know. But were they not the last people that they had on Drink Champs? I'd have to go back and see what was said. But it's so interesting, just like when Kanye was on Drink Champs back in November, when the first time he was on there carrying on and saying the things and talking his talk, Virgil died. Now Kanye gets back on here again. Quavo and them get on there. Team Rock, what's his name? Stoplight, Stop Traffic. Dead. This a big fuck. Like the industry, the something, and was, like I said too, what's really interesting is the amount of footage that it got. The one guy is putting his hand literally in his head to get his blood on his hand. I watch a lot of TV. I've been in situations. I've been in a bloodbath situation. It was a medical emergency, but I've been in some situations. I'm also a logical, pragmatic person. Correct, right? If somebody's shot dead on the ground in the thing at the bowling alley, because that's simple, we all have, because we either dead silent or somebody is frantically, unnerved and, uncontrolled because somebody is lying dead, and not just lying dead from a stroke or this or something else. He was bleeding out from his head, from the top part of his body. There's a phone. What the fuck is that? What is that? That goes back into Facebook. Back early Facebook, we can start seeing people die, and there's been a slow progression of that. One of the points I always bring home because it all comes together. But where was the security? At the very least, you need security. Y'all are going out into these places amongst people that sling these guns. Y'all boys like to play dice, and anybody, like somebody said in my comments, anybody who do know dice, any person who black. No, you don't fuck around with dice, and you don't fuck around in spades, period. Point blank in the period. Not too many people get shot over spades. You get discommunicated, excommunicated. But dice, people die in the streets with the dice in their hands for dice, and that's just the facts. So you out here in these situations dealing with these people playing these games, and you don't got no damn coverage. Now you saying the security shot him. Now whether the security member was a part of the team that shot the first shot on the other side, I don't know. But y'all out there in Houston, that's where he was. Out there in Houston with the Prince people, that's coverage right there. J. Prince, J.R. Prince, they're not going to be nowhere where don't nobody know how to handle their stuff. These are the things. It's not about a whole black men dying. I mean, it's sad. But I know some black men that's still here on the earth, okay? And I'm sorry to anybody that has lost a loved one to police violence, gun violence, or anything like that. But sometimes if you know your loved one, you know that's a specific incident. It's not like somebody's on a mass spree killing black people, They're caught up in the mess. He cheated somebody in the dice game. You know what I mean? You understand the situation. It's not some random thing. This is a very specific incident and is not attributed to anything related to Black Lives Matter or anything like that. This is something pretty intense, and there's no other way for me to look at it. See, and that also too. The story. Like I said, the story I got was that the person, his team member, shot him. That's the shot that took him down. That's the shot that killed him. Then he was shot again by the person that retaliated with the shot. No, you don't. First of all, you don't hold no gunshot wound to the head. You don't do that. You're not going to add no more cranial pressure to the situation at hand. Secondly, his hand wasn't on there long enough to be effective in any type of blood stopping at all. You wanted some blood on your hand. Let me get this picture of Nikki and the kid back behind it, because we ain't talking about the kids. Hold on, y'all. I don't like to bring the kids into it until they reach a certain age. Until they reach a certain age. At the bowling alley with the premiere of Houston, and don't nobody got no everybody gonna be acting out like that. Doesn't make sense. That's like the president going on a trip and, you know, shit, I don't know, wherever. Let's go Cleveland. He could go to Sri Lanka. Shit's locked down because people, these types of people are going to be in the midst. We got the coverage here, coverage there. We've set the tone, or whatever the case may be, for the people that we've sent out people to to be preemptive in that sort of situation. You don't go rolling the fuck up in a place where you know things are going to get crazy without the proper coverage. Tupac didn't even want to go, but he did. Well, shit, he did. Should I even? And that's the thing too, that all related. Quavo screaming is just sacrifice. I'm a full-time mediatarian. That's what I do for a living. Support the channel. And we're getting to a point now where shit is just so obvious, it's very blatant in our faces, and then things kind of get swept under the rug under this one rug, a blanket cause, you know. And it's like we're really. And then I think about Offset, who removed himself from the situation. Offset being with Cardi B, and then you got Quavo, who was dibbling, dabbling in, you know what I'm saying, investing himself in the media game with his situation with Sweetie and things like that. And now they kind of was talking or whatever, you know, before the situation happened. And then you got what's his name, y'all? I just don't even. He's not even Offset, Quavo, turn time. I don't know. Takeoff, who just was kind of reserved. That's why I got to get into his mother. But he was just kind of reserved, played it back cool, calm, and collected, the nice guy. What part did he play? You know what I'm saying? He's not the Beyonce of the group like Offset is, and he's not the player of the group like Quavo is. So what is he doing? And then some interview I just watched, thanks for TikTok, you know, when somebody died, TikTok will show all the images, all the footage that they did, interviews. Hold on now. Trying to see what part he played in this whole thing. And you have to play a part. You have to do it. You have to do something, either live or die by it. And that's sacrifice. People don't want to hear that. People don't like to think like that. But why the hell else? Why the hell else? Like, November 1st, after fucking Halloween. It was still Halloween night. So we still in the darkness. And whatever this does affects the group, affects rap. People worried about Kanye dying. God, I'm sitting there worried about Kanye dying, and then it's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. If y'all are in my head, hopefully y'all are agreeing because y'all hear it, y'all sticking it, y'all see what I'm saying, picking up what I'm putting down, or just planting the seed, or just providing some type of context to it, because it's not. He didn't just go perform, play bowling, play dice out in the front of the thing, because didn't nobody drag him from the thing. He was shot right outside. So y'all sitting here playing dice outside. The game had to been going for a minute. If y'all was somebody losing money to a point that they need to be arguing. It just doesn't make sense. You think an environment is important or no? And the life, I mean, can change someone to be good or no? I'm not exactly sure what we mean by this, but environment is crucial for everything. Like I said, I'd have to go back and see if Takeoff is even the type to be watching a dice game, to want to be involved in a dice game, to sit around when the guns is being shot. Because niggas run. Niggas run. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to consider especially when you there's a lot of things to consider when environment is a factor. And that's fine playing dice, but not when I'm a celebrity. Not when I'm a celebrity. Grammys is coming up. Events is going on. You know what I'm saying? Not when I'm a celebrity. I'm not risking my life when I have people to provide. That's what I'm saying. You probably knew, and that's doing the repeating myself because people come in. And so I welcome. Please make your comments and let's talk about it. But not when I have all these responsibilities. Am I being amongst people that don't know how to hold their guns or hold their temper, or setting myself in an atmosphere or in an environment where I could be hurt? And if I am, there are proper precautions, proper procedures in place. Security is here. Security is watching my security. The money, the $1 million I spent on security, they are watching people's hands. They're going to escort me out of the situation when it starts to escalate. Where was that? Oh, it's been sad news for days and months and months and years and days. All month, all year it's been sad news. And I just been waiting on some good news. Alicia CRC, hey, welcome. But just been waiting on some good news, and it's just not. It just hasn't been with the dying of these artists. A lot of black people, honestly, Virgil, Andre Leon Talley, AJ Crimson. Heavy hitters in their fields. Not Quavo. I'm gonna get them mixed up. And that's the thing too. Like Takeoff. If I had a gun, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. But if somebody would offer me $1 million to name all three of the hey, good morning, good afternoon, Nataj. Sakaya Walton, welcome. If somebody was offering me $1 million to name all three of the Migos, I would not win $1 million because I would not remember the one. And he's the one. He's the one. It's all unfortunate, but we have to look at the landscape of things that have been going on. Like I said, not that I've been waiting, but Kanye been out here running his mouth crazy to some people. People don't agree. People think this. People think that. But if he were to be dealt with This was the breakout time. If he was to be dealt with, that would cause more questions. Somebody like Takeoff, child, we gonna be on to the next thing. Kim Kardashian, shit, not even in. Khloe, they talk about Khloe and Tristan spent the Halloween together. Who cares? Who cares? Y'all put that out with all that footage that them people got. That say that happened at 3:25 or 2:35 in the morning or something like that. I remember that because the 9 is giving very much so conspiracy. I remember because the time adds up to 10, and the 10 is numerology, is the number of new beginnings. That's another video or whatever. But when y'all knew that at that shit happened at 2:35 with all that footage and everybody out there, TMZ knew that at 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, TMZ knew that. At the same time, pushing out information about who cares about Khloe and Tristan. Not one body. Not one body. And even I was at the Breakfast Club when Angela Yee was reporting that this whole we want to be respective of the family. Because when do we ever get that we want to be respective of the family? So we're not gonna. When does that happen? And two, like I said, when has it been this actual imagery? I remember waiting. Well, this was when YouTube first happened. I was waiting to see, and people want to see stuff, and because people, you give us all this shit on Netflix and true crime and Law and Order and all these things, so people are open to the imagery of the situation. Also, people want to see it for themselves. You know what I mean? Because in this world, of information and morbidness, people want to see it. If you report it, I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I want to validate it for myself. So I remember when Steve Irwin died, I searched YouTube high and low. YouTube had just came out. I remember when Steve Irwin died. You search YouTube high and low because I wanted to see how my man had gotten taken by a stingray. When Michael Jackson died, people searched high and low looking for the footage of him on the gurney, coming out of the house, out of the thing. When Whitney Houston died, people wanted the footage of her in the bathtub, on the thing, doing the thing, on the thing. Of course, there have been other people, but those are notable for me. Drop down in the comments if you have a notable one for you. Now we have Takeoff. We have the man, and the video I have is there's no blur over his face. TikTok tried, well, they did, but then I have a warning over my video. It's my first warning on TikTok. A warning over the video. And that's just from what the pictures that TMZ posted. But now we have this man laying on the ground, face up, blood coming out of his head, people all around. We are on a new level of things. Information, freedom of speech, TikTok, Elon Musk. Okay, I mean, because it is a very disturbing time. Period. And at the hands, with the push being with the issues and things being propelled by black people. It's because of black people. Look, yeah, cause maybe I don't want to force, but I mean, we sitting here talking. Double tap the screen, you guys, at the very least. If y'all could just double tap the screen, that would be so sweet. But I'm into the conversation, but people just be watching. I don't know, but that's that. But that's bigger. This situation is bigger than a Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is just another rug for things to be swept under. You know what I'm saying? Something to generalize or neutralize an issue. Honey, this is how big of a deal it is. I'm not exactly sure. That takes more reading, and also too a little bit of not talking, because then that's how people get dealt with. And I'm not trying to get dealt with because I'm not saying nothing that ain't been said or seen already. But we're dealing with something pretty serious here. And if you're new to the collective, I've been saying 2023. You thought 2022 was a shit show. 2023 is going to be insane. 2024 is going to be at the beginning of all the history books. And that's just on, you know, you're just watching what the fuck is going on. We just watching what the hell is going on. Welcome, Floyd Tate. Welcome. It's sad. It's sad to lose, especially a young wife. What's he? 28? Wasn't even 20, 29. Wasn't even 30. Thank you for the rose, Detroit Locks. Welcome. Thank you. That's very unfortunate that young man didn't make it to his, to his 30th. You know what I mean? Life starts to open up when you're 30. If you know, you know. And now here he is, slain at a bowling lane over dice. Like it's too much going on. Y'all was rapping, then y'all was bowling, and then y'all was dicing, and then you was shooting. Like that's too much. That's just too much going on. And if he stayed to himself and avoided the drama, would he even be the type to be out there amongst people? Because the guy didn't get mad never before, and now he's playing dice, and now he want to shoot all crazy. That's who that nigga is, okay? The person he was playing against, maybe he didn't know him. But you know from being around, and that's, or maybe you're not around, which goes back into why was he around. But you know if you're around people who slinging and strapping, you know somebody who's strapped up and ready to sling. Why are you not prepared for that? No, a bullet don't got no name on it. But why are you even being in that situation? After that, he said, okay, you lose. All right, man, I'm gonna just run in real quick. I think Offset calling me, or Sweetie, or somebody, because, you know, maybe Sweetie talks to him as a brother. I don't know. And now it's this big thing about his mother. When I looked up his name, it was who's his mother. And before, I didn't even stray to that, because that would have got me off the thing. I just wanted to get the facts I could from the situation. But that was one of the first questions. You know, Google going to ask you the question that they think you want to ask. Who cares about his mother? But obviously she's a big part of whatever all this is. If Google is offering up information where people are looking up who the hell the mother is. And then I look at Nene Leakes' post, and boom, we talk. See, this is my people, because we be talking about the same thing. I look at Nene Leakes' post, and she all over the mother. My friend and mother. And I'm not saying we shouldn't grieve for the mother, but is Kobe's mother still living? When Whitney died, people wasn't worried about Cece like this. Cece, whatever. It's weird. It's weird, and I'm sick of them doing things. Yes, them, the media, all of it. Because, like I said, football players have been dying all year. What color are they? Black. Every month, a football player has died since the beginning of the year. And we supposed to just, I do say too, gotta be concerned about what happens in your own community. But these types of things are what those situations, football players dying, Takeoff dying, the shit with Kanye West, these types of things upset the black community. They get the black community off their game. Because now we have to be concerned, or their intention is for us to be overwhelmed with emotion about these sorts of things. I don't want you to be overwhelmed with emotion. I want you to be prepped with information. That's my angle. Exactly right. XOXO Joel. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. These country singers, these like the other pop singers, bluegrass. They don't do none of this. Bluegrass people is out in the bayous shooting all. First of all, they shooting. First of all of them shoot all the time, and there's never any accidents. All country, bluegrass, him and whatever, all the stuff, guns and butter, guns and butter baby. That all the time. Never any incidences. Never any accidents. Never any problems. Nene offered up her son to the people, and now her friend's son doesn't. Now I'd be putting things together. Do they belong? Who's to say? But Nene offered up her son, put him in the damn hospital, trying to sell the damn Lenithia Lounge. Now she on all these podcasts wanting to sing and look crazy and do these things. Quavo done died. No, I told you I was going to keep doing this. Takeoff done died. Now she want to be with the mother. So now what's her and the mother about to do? Absolutely, Mia. That's what I'm getting at for a second. Absolutely. Set up. There's no way. I told you I'm gonna keep repeating myself. Bear with me. But welcome to the people coming on in here. Welcome to the family y'all at the table. There's no way Quavo to, cause I know for me. Now I like a fight. And if I'm not dice, I don't know dice. But if the spade game is getting good, let's say that, I'm gonna engage. But I'm also somebody who was reserved, keep to myself, and not trying to be amongst the mess. And also, I'm not willing to get shot just to watch or defend anybody. Because once the bullets start flying, my feet start moving. Okay. But like I said, when that game started to escalate to the point that people was upset, and you could see, now my hands is moving different, now my feet is moving different, he should have bounced. His security should have got him out of there. And he wasn't on the way out. Somebody shot him straight on. He died with his face up. Right. They said that the person on his team shot first. One of those shots shot him. And then he was shot again by one of the retaliatory shots. Listen, I didn't hear nothing about a security detail either in it, because there ain't no damn detail. They're sitting there with that. Ain't nobody got no jacket to put over him. Nothing laid out like that. That's a problem. That's media. That's propaganda. That's the direction. Because didn't nobody put no jacket on her? You remember in Dorothy Dandridge, when her manager came rushing in there and the police was in there and he threw that bullet, cover her up, cover her up. You remember Dorothy Dandridge? And now we out here with all these nobodies, because who's at the damn, or was it some A-list function at the damn bowling alley, and now everybody's privy to watch Takeoff lay here and bleed the hell out. So we out here with a bunch of nobodies, and nobody thinks to cover this man up because they want the images. This new age direction, or this direction of whatever this information and access and internet and all that stuff, the direction it's going in, this kind of catapults this. This is something like, okay, so if Nene Leakes get on the mother's side, and we get Faith Evans to get on the mother's side, and we get Shawnee O'Neal to get on the mother's side, then these people get together, sue somebody, you know what I'm saying, because she has these backing of these celebrities, like when Trayvon Martin died and his mother became a part of Beyonce's gang. The backing of celebrities fuel these decisions, coupled with fucking Nancy Pelosi's man being knocked in the knees, and they beat him in the head. They said they want to knock her knees out. This is this is what's been happening. Coupled with that, legislature, lawmakers. It's crazy and it's sick and it's nuts. So here we are equipping ourselves with information. We're not equipping ourselves to be emotional, because listen, people are dying every day, and that's an old song, okay? And that's just what happens, okay? Um, that's what I said, Natasha. I said, and that's okay. Like I said, I like the hood, and I like a good game, and I like a good passionate game with people involved. But once things start to escalate, and I now find myself in danger, I have to leave because I am responsible for people. I employ people. I support people. I value my own life. I got a gig coming up. Grammys is in 2 months. Rihanna's performing at the school. It's things going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's things to be going on. Instead of just sitting here like, oh, I'll just wait and see how this plays out. Oh, that's my guy. I'm going to see. No. That's my guy is not a common thing in the industry at all. And if anybody's saying that's my guy, he's less than the guy that says that that's the guy who's his guy. Period. Come on here, let's do the math. I'm sorry to hear that, Shayna. No, that's what I said. You just coming in. I said that. Listen, I understand that spades and dice more than spades because that's money like that. And I said no, spades will get you excommunicated. You know what I mean? But dice will get you killed. You know, because that's real life money. People banking on that. It's the street. What's the name of the casino? Like real money is exchanged on corners, in alleys, and things like that. Why would you find yourself in that position? Why would you do that? I still don't know. But you know the magnitude of it, and that's why people can be scared. Like I don't even want to learn it to get involved in that. Dominoes too. It's not, honey, Claire. It don't got a thing to do with gambling. It don't have a thing to. It furthers that narrative that black people can't just be satisfied with the performance, can't just be satisfied with the game, but they're going to go out with bowling, but they're going to go outside in front of the bowling alley and then conduct a lethal game of dominoes at 2:30 in the morning because they don't have nothing else to do in the streets of Houston. That's the narrative. That's how they play. That's what TMZ is going to tell the people. But those things don't make sense. Right. That's when it was a private performance for. It was a Jay Prince's son. I don't know exactly, but I know J.R. Prince was there. That's who Quavo rolled there with. Hey, Ajali, Mariah. What's up, sugar? I don't want the nature of our men is not set in stone. There are different types of men, there's different types of women, and in different situations. If somebody asked me about the environment definitely plays a part because that paints the picture of character and behavior. Everybody, even in the comments here, people talking about how nice Quavo was. That we're painting the picture of character and behavior. Would he even be the type to want to be around people who are doing things like this? I'm gonna take a few pictures because that's the TMZ got pictures before, well, probably before the performance started, or shortly thereafter, before he got fucking shot. People sitting there taking pictures of him in the same place, same floor, same everything. What, 2-3 hours later, he's dead on that same damn ground. With this whole narrative of black people act like this. Now, granted, we sitting here talking about how our spades games go and how our dominoes and things like that. But like I said too, somebody gets shot during a spades game, or not to say it's okay, because I don't condone violence and I don't condone drug trafficking. But you get shot during a spades game or any type of altercation, you know why. You know what I mean? It made sense. He used different dice. He picked up too much money. He did, you know what I'm saying? Things like, you understand the situation. This right here is just is so much, not even circumstantial evidence. They just calling out these cues on whatever black culture is and expect people to fall into the storyline. We're not doing. I'm not doing that. I don't think we're doing that. That's why we're here. On the night of Halloween, because it's still Halloween night. People still in their costumes. This is what you got going on. Kim Kardashian showing up today on Tracy Ellis Ross' birthday out of. Oh, I didn't know. I'm just showing up. Now, granted, and that's the story too, because they could have been going to the same event at the same place or the same event next door, and whatever the case, and she comes through, whatever the case may be. But that's the narrative. So, that's, you know what I'm saying. There's parties and things going on. It's things going on, and now we're here. You know, he's there getting shot. In my mind, I was just connecting, I don't know what I'm doing, just thinking about things as they're happening. Tracy Ellis Ross, her being there with Kim Kardashian, goes back into my video. There's people up in arms about, whether that's her sister or her sister-in-law or not. I don't know how people perceive family. And that's the thing. That's one of the points. Also, too, people are saying, Ashley married Evan. Ashley married Evan. Didn't Evan marry Ashley too? The perspective of the woman marries the man, the woman marries into the, ugh. And then the simple fact that if they go to the damn cookout, are they not all gonna be there? Family, period. Either way. And then somebody says, which was like, in my videos, yes, they're one thing, but there's something to look at in every video. This is my message to you, a newcomer, my old followers. You get more out of a video than just watching it for what's presented. Look at the details, look at how I lay the pictures out, look at the context, and you'll get more from it. So I was happy when somebody said that the marrying of those families alone creates a huge, because Jessica's the Diana Ross over there. I didn't divert it, but I'm gonna get back to it because I'm gonna go through your comments. But Jessica's the Diana Ross of that family over there. Billionaire, successful, musician. She got the coin, she got the money. She made the means for everybody else to live their life. To put Ashley in a place to even entertain somebody like Evan. But though putting those families together, now if the connections and things and Kim Kardashian showing up. First of all, Kim Kardashian, just like Oprah, when Oprah shows up to an event, it's a stamp of approval. What that stamp of approval is, if not anything, is based in finance. Is based in finance. Just like when she pulled Tyra Banks out of retirement to pose for Skims, a company that she's going to sell in a couple years for billions of dollars. Kim showing up like that as Mystique. The bottom line there. So that's that. I just did a light tangent. I do that every now and again, but my mind is thinking as I'm talking and singing and looking. We are all equal. We're all going to die knowing better. I know something you can do it today. And he'll say, okay, so we sleep, all right? Yeah, Jay Prince's birthday. Jay Prince. Well, now where was Meg Thee Stallion? And Calvin Derrick? You don't have to pray for don't pray for his family. And I guess this is what I'm saying. People might not like this. Don't pray for the family. Pray for the world. Pray for the record company. Pray for the people that were there. Pray for everybody around the situation. Because the eye of the storm is usually the calmest. We need to pray for the chaos around it. None of them will be the same. None of them. But I bet you they're gonna have some type of new deal. They're gonna get something. They're gonna come together. Somebody's gonna drop an album. Somebody's gonna be in a movie. Somebody's gonna do something. I told y'all, it's one thing that leads to another thing. Rihanna coming out of Rihanna dropping a baby, 5th year anniversary for Fenty, being on Wakanda and performing at the damn Super Bowl. Even with these types of people coming out, Drake coming to try to come up the rear and bring up the ladies or whatever the case may be, and then all this shit that Beyonce doing. Shit, Beyonce, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Drake, Lady Gaga, and Adele, and they done brought Sam Smith back out. T-I to you. Hey, welcome. And make more money. The memory, there it is, Mia. They're gonna do something. Why was Kim there? I don't know exactly why Kim was there. Like I said, it's not like there's no way in the world somebody like Kim Kardashian would get her clothes tailor-made, specifically laid for an event. For her to get to the bathroom, her shit is orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? There's no way she goes to a party that's not a costume party. Because she'd have on some custom Balenciaga, something, that's not the story. For me, that's not the story. Kim showed up to Tracy Ellis Ross's birthday. Tracy Ellis Ross's birthday is Halloween, I guess. And she had on the Mystique outfit. People, she came to a non-costume. Who cares? Who cares? Meanwhile, they're gearing up, they get people and putting people in place to take Takeoff down. Her birthday is October 29th. Kim showed up there as Mystique. Tracy changed 3 fucking times. Tracy is shucking and jiving. Everybody needs help. And it's the people who you don't see with the help, let's say like Oprah, who need the most attention. The world is dangerous. Hey, Cheska. What are we talking about? How it's unfortunate that people are getting set up. Black men are dying at the cost of the white man's agenda. I think that's the way to sum it up. Black people getting caught up in for saying things wrong. What's really pissing me off too at the moment. But that's how things. Whether Charlemagne was sought and brought to the limelight for his moment right now. His involvement with Wendy Williams and Wendy Williams being where she is right now, and then taking somebody like Charlemagne and looking at where he is right now, this is how we have to look at things. Sought and brought, involvement with somebody, and then the person that he was brought up with is going through this tumultuous time. Meanwhile, he's steady climbing this game. He's steady climbing the ladder and playing this game. Because, thanks to TikTok, dropped a video of him back when his skin was still splotchy and he wasn't as plant-based and healthy. Saying the same things Kanye West was saying. Not as emphatic, but he was saying the same things. Who do you think runs everything? The Jews run everything. You want to make a decision like this? You got to go to the Jews. Things like that's all Kanye West is saying. He don't have, and ain't the person Kanye West is to even be as emphatic. But in his climb to the top, after he wasn't with Kevin and Wendy, and he had to do things on his own and meet those studio execs and things like that, and they're you-ish. Yeah, he gonna have the same perception now where he is now with his platform, panhandling, shucking and jiving. What was Steve Colbert, and he was like, "You changed the name of your show." He said, "Well, that's what the people said. That's what the people wanted. That's what the big people wanted." So you're not even in control. So when we get to 20 years down the line and Charlamagne's going through the same shit Wendy Williams is, and he don't even own the name Charlamagne the God, I'm saying, on his public platform, we gonna understand something. So, shout out to Sold Out. Welcome to the room. Very pretentious. And what following that, getting into the storyline of black people need. Oh, what's up? Oh, that's my cuz. What's good? Getting into the storyline of black people need mental health, and everybody needs mental health. All lives matter. Everybody needs mental health because that's the issue. That's growing up, and that's a home thing. You raise this type of way. This is your environment. That sort of thing. So everybody has a tick, tick, boom. That's not the blanket statement for every African American person. But who's pushing that shit? Unfortunately, Taraji P. Henson, who thanks to my video, somebody told her that she's related to somebody who traveled through, a black man who discovered Antarctica, or traveled through Antarctica, not the everlasting goddess, traveled through Antarctica and went to Harvard. I don't trust no black person went to Harvard. I don't care who it is. Because why did you choose Harvard? No shade to anyone, maybe, but no shade to nobody in here. But everybody need mental health. Tez B77, welcome. Everybody need mental health. So he's sitting there pushing this on. This is the black narrative, and black men like this, and black men don't cheat. And but you sitting here, listen. That's what the people wanted. That's what the big heads wanted. That's what the people. You didn't have no say. It would have been better if he would have said, and that's no HBCU is even black owned. Who owns it? The U's. Whew. Somebody gonna come knocking on my door, and y'all better be in an uproar. They gonna bust through my back window and take me down, and y'all better cause an uproar, okay? Not just move on to the next content creator. But no, and that's the thing too. That's the thing too. But like I said, Taraji P. Henson, Charlamagne. Yes, I know y'all. I know y'all is. I know you is. That's the thing too. Charlamagne and Taraji, and I know Taraji is in a bit of a place, and I think she's gonna come out and she's gonna be the black actress, but she's kind of in an incubation place right now. Listen, Hellfire and Brimstone, y'all better do it. Well, if they ain't black, it's white. That's why I never understood that. True indeed. Oh, you are so pretty. I take you to the movies, but they don't allow outside snacks. Surfing what? That's a nice line. Surfing Mayo, hit me in the DMs because you made me laugh. Miss Kemma baby, welcome. Knuckin' and bucking. I know y'all is, Natasha. I know you is. No. Well, listen. First of all, this is a safe space. So you come in and we all, because we don't get trashy and we don't get nasty in here at all. Let me tell you another thing about trashy and nasty. On my Joe Biden video that's on this new life, the trashiest and nastiest of people. The trashiest and nastiest of people And also too, my moderator gonna get you, Natasha gonna get you. Child, terrible in the comments, okay? Terrible, nasty, evil, rude, disgraceful. I hate to see it. I don't know if I want it because I don't. Of course, I want the views. Hey, Meek. Of course, I want the views and the traction, but I don't want that. I don't want that comment section to bring any more issue to my page because the guy already got me on pins and needles, and I swear for the Lord, people be like, cancel that 75,000. Child. God bless a child that's got its own, and I got my own, and I don't need them trying in the comment section talking about how Bush or whoever that man is ain't they president. I don't need that, but they are very nasty, very, very, and I don't care what you come into place, share your opinion, but do not berate other people for their opinions, whether they support the man or whether they don't support the man. That's not for you to say because that's for them. That's for them to live their lives that way. Not for you to say. Not for you to make them feel any type of way, whether they, like I said, whether they support him or not. Agree or agree to disagree. There's only two options you got in my comment section. One lady I had to block. She was nasty, like, and immediately on a response, waiting for somebody to say, "You gotta go." And I don't want to block people because that's just not the thing to do when I'm on my climb. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna cause my page to be taken down because you done stirred this damn comment section up. I had to go. So that's that. Another tangent I went on. But over here in the comments, we are a very sweet community here at the Kelly Collective. Everybody's luscious, okay? So you feel safe, you drop it out in your comments, and you're gonna get something back. We're a very supportive family over here too. So this is a good safe space. And everything is, if at anything, if not anything, is educational. So questions are welcome. So that's that on that. That's that on that. Do I have anything else to say? Let's just lux and luscious, okay? Let's just pay more attention. Let's call attention. Okay, so what's that guy's name? That Charles guy? He said it's been said a long time, but we just don't do it. If we just stop, somebody said a year, we just got to stop doing stuff for a month, and people will start to act right. Stop doing things for a week. But if we stop for a month, because it takes 30 days to break a habit. If we stop supporting, putting our money up, even entertaining, hello son's mommy. I'm transitioning right now. That's right, Charleston White. And then people will probably look at him and say, his eyes cocked, he's been in jail, he's crazy. No. You got to take what he's saying, listen to what he's saying, because don't nobody else talk like him. If we all talk the same, we all hear and listen to the same thing. But we never know anything different. Where are my glasses at? I was going to do my eyebrows. Maybe later. Hold on, let me put my glasses on. Now you know we cooking. Very educated across many topics. Yes. So you cannot discredit him. I think it's interesting all these platforms that have picked him up now and bring him into the conversation so that he can share his thoughts and opinions and ideas. But look at the climate of where we are. And when they ask him about a topic, he has something insightful to offer. So that's that. But yeah, if we just stop doing things, who is he anyway? Somebody, he's got to be a part of the game. Like he's involved with the people, he knows the people. What is his protection level? And that's what I'm saying. Like people like Kanye West, people like Charleston White, Julian Assange. You know what I mean? People like that who have hit the base of change makers and decision makers, lawmakers, who hit them, you know what I'm saying, right in the heads with their thoughts that are not common to other people, and kind of shine a light, educate the people, inform the people, and things like that. They are for a reason, but they walk freely through this earth. If they're not freely, Kanye seemed to always have about at least 2 people with him. Charles the White, I'm sure, got 2 big niggas with him. Julian Assange is overseas. And then, but Takeoff can't play dice at the bowling alley. Come on now, somebody. Come on now, somebody. And I'm going to even go on to say, Abraham Lincoln. Talk about it. Abraham Lincoln. JFK. Martin Luther King. Hello, somebody? Couldn't ride a car with his wife, couldn't watch the movie, couldn't watch a theater, a play with his wife. MLK couldn't get his rocks off with his ladies before they were taken out. People sit and plot, or not even sit and plot. Because I'm not encouraging that. But don't you think people want other presidents, other change makers? But those are the ones. You know what I mean? Because if it was just so common, it would be more common. Let me read these comments. Child, and I think it's disgusting. People just at the very least plotting for Kanye West to lose everything. Him losing everything. What did you gain from him losing everything? Tell me that. What do you gain from that man being? Because when he said he put his foot on his neck, they put his foot on his neck. That's exactly what he's happening. So he likened himself to George Floyd. When he said he's being whipped and well, that's what Charleston said. But he's being beat figuratively, fiscally beat to a point that he feels like Emmett Till for no reason. Emmett Till was beat for no reason. I understand the correlation or the liking to. Will people think this? I mean, those are controversial references, of course, but is not Kanye anything but controversial? If not controversial. But also it makes you think. And get out of the emotional heart part, and let's get into the cranial thought process of what the hell we're dealing with right here. The shit is nuts. And no, it's not going to be a bunch of white men running down some young black boy. But they did that to and they don't all these people they want to talk about George Floyd. They never talk about Anton Black. How them white men did chase him down, and they did end his life on his mother's porch. I would say those things like that don't happen. Somebody would be up in an uproar about that. Now his community did uprise against that. But the times have changed. You know what I'm saying? Beheadings and things like that, that's passé. Now we're on to new things, more effective media-based things. Who's to say anybody from the goddamn, all them gunshots and somebody was remember that episode of Scandal? It was towards the end, and Cyrus was trying to get Carlos Solis into office, right? And what they wanted Carlos Solis to do was run into that place and defend and apprehend that man. Well, actually, what did Cyrus do? Put that man in there for Carlos Solis to apprehend him. Carlos got shot. He put his gun on the guy. But but Cyrus had old boy in the wings, ready to shoot. But fucking Eli Pope was down in the ground. Like, okay, it's a show. But where'd they get it from? The guy who shot, what you call it, was in between the doors. People be placed. And this is just the word we in. People, you got to understand, people be placed. You want to know why? Because we have all these alphabet organizations that train people up. That's the thing about college too. Puts people on the radar. And you either excel greatly in the normal world, or you are a standout in the college place where you get recruited and things like that. And they get to picking you up, and now you place, and you this, and then you that, and then you this, and then you that. Look at Salt. Had a whole husband, everything, and a dog, and he did tarantula. He didn't know anything about her life until those paths crossed. Is that too crazy? Is that too much of a tangent? Reason for the world. The world, I guess. I don't know. Yes, Agent Provocateur. So yeah, so we could wake up and free ourselves. Just like when he brought Lauryn Hill into the conversation, and then the daughter spoke on it. And that's the thing. Well, however, Lauren made peace with that, but you look at like Lauren, Jill, and Erykah Badu. You know what I mean? Who are women that, you know, of the same thing. And then you look at somebody like India Arie, who was before Jill Scott, but India Arie said absolutely not. Y'all will not do this to me, or I will not allow myself to be done like this. Lauryn Hill, y'all will not do this to me. I will not allow myself to be done like this. Meanwhile, Erykah Badu is big hats, and I got friends on the other side, and Jill just was shucking and moving and grooving and doing. And this is how I look, because I don't want to exclude anybody, because you exclude the people like Oprah's and the Jill Scotts and the Jennifer Hudsons and the things like that, and people miss the point because they like these people. These people come off likable, like Kanye said about Corey. Corey's programmed to be likable. So he's welcomed to the parties, the wearable art gala, the basketball game with Jay-Z and Blue Ivy, because he's a likable person. So people are not going to question it. But people, how do you? But I know how. So I don't have to ask how. It's people in my own family that do not ask questions. So I understand how people don't ask questions, or choose not to believe, or choose not to see. But I don't got these glasses on for nothing. Everything he says is to be talked about. Absolutely. Right. Shows whole truth. Right. Lisa Sullivan, welcome. Oh. D.L. Hughley entered the chat again, and I think what he says, at least what I got from it, is okay. Let's just pay attention to not the bees, but the beehive. I understand. He said if Kanye West had a vagina, they would have put him under a conservatorship, like Wendy Williams and Britney Spears. Now the thing of it is that Kanye owns his brand. He owns the names and the things. So for him to be put under a conservatorship is not as easy as somebody like Wendy, who the Debra Mercury got that, and Britney, that's her, the record company, they got that. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, you'd have to go through because Ye is a LLC. He's got the businesses. In my notes. Hold on, I get my notes. Yeah. Masco Holding Inc. Yeezy LLC. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is my, like, ownership. Can't no, you're not gonna come in and try to run what I'm doing over here because I own this here. I've licensed out my name and creations to these companies. Like, you know what I mean? So no, he can't be under a conservatorship. But what D.L. Hughley, when he said that, what laid out for me is that, yeah, people will work you over if you let them. Even with when the Kardashians put him in the 5950 in jail and dyed his hair blonde. Like I said, everybody has a part to play. And you just want to run out your term. With some people, whether they were supposed to stay, like Kanye, or whether they had a short term, like Takeoff, that's all. That's those are the things of the beehive. And this shit would take off as a bee. It's a bit of a distraction. We need to understand why we are distracted by this element of distraction. Kanye West, we need to understand why we're upset or empowered by him. What can we do with this information? What do we do with this information? I'll tell you what we do with the information is something completely different than what we've been doing. If we want anything different to happen. You know? Because if we do this, if we get mad and then we all shoot and kill each other, that's what they expected. That's what they wanted. I had the idea, and I said this, it's like your sibling. Either you got an older brother or a younger sister. Get on your damn nerves, right? And they're going to antagonize you to a point to get a reaction that they want. And if you want to upset them or knock them off their game, you then have to respond differently to the antagonizing measure that they're going through to get you to respond in a certain way. Do you see what I'm saying? Are y'all know where I'm going? Wendy, they wanted to put her on, because I think little Kevin is like, that was the whole thing, and that's what, that is what Wells Fargo, first of all, like I said, the bank, why is the bank involved in my day to day? Also too, why have I not pulled my money out of this bank? But I think little Kevin has something to do with that. Not a complete conservatorship, not like Britney Spears. But even still, like, we should have been in an uproar. We, everybody, collectively, because we all matter, should have been in an uproar. But that's the thing, people don't understand conservatorship. Now I got to look something up, and I got to do this, and I have to do that, and I got to do that. Don't put this woman in a damn conservatorship for all these years. As long as we know Britney, she's been under the control of somebody else. And then don't even give her the grace to come out of this control and acclimate herself with her kids, with her men, you know what I'm saying, with her life, with her fans. You know, it's a constant berating of things. And even still sitting here thinking Britney ain't gonna make it, she's steady fine, and Takeoff is damn dead in the damn bowling alley playing dice. It's crazy. Well, they do call Azalea Banks cuckoo, but she don't be lying. And that's the thing, it's the people, even me, talking crazy or even saying things. I say it's crazy because people don't think like this, but obviously we think like this, and I'm appreciative of the space. You guys know how thankful I am. And my phone, now she's listening. But, like I said, if somebody's saying something, if we're all saying the same things, what are we learning? We're just following behind. We need somebody to bring something. Now, granted, not somebody talking crazy or, you know, completely asinine information. But if you can back it up and apply it to, you know what I'm saying, the current climate, they might be worth an ear for a spell. To then say, oh, okay, now that, or even say we get off the live here and, you know, things put together. Oh, that's going with that, or that makes sense. Or, oh, well, London said this and that's that, like that. If you got it from me. Just saying something different. No, that don't make sense, because why would he be there? Why would he be there if he was so anti whatever? He was a cool guy. You know what I mean? Those sorts of things. Anything to spark any type of thought in your head. I'm going to try to do that, because the more we think and the more we think, the more we can do. Oh, it's all right. I love when people have me up. People take me to bed with them. People then took me to the CVS, the grocery store. People take me with me where they driving. I love it all. So I understand. Yeah, is misunderstood, and as a fellow Gemini, I completely acquiesce. See, that's the thing. They want people to be upset about Brittany. Let me tell you, Brittany is a long-standing pawn. Just like if Charlemagne was sought and brought, Brittany was aced and placed. Okay? And we don't need to be concerned about Brittany. We need to be concerned about the issues around Brittany. Brittany is the bee. We need to concern ourselves with the beehive. Whatever bartering chip, because watch my videos. I have videos on the whole Brittany thing. That once the bartering conversation came to play, that was the realization that there were bigger issues at play. Because Brittany, that's not Brittany's first time being over there. Brittany been there for years. So if you don't learn in the first 6 months how to handle yourselves in that situation, then whatever situation you do find yourself into, you either place yourself in that, or this was supposed to happen to you. Because her getting locked up for this long stint and creating this big buzz for cartridges of marijuana, I don't care. I mean, laws, whatever, all different, every country, sure, all right. But this is a bigger issue than cartridges of marijuana. She can't sell. There's no intent to distribute with a cartridge. There's no endangering the welfare of others with a cartridge. Somebody said, do other countries got studs? And somebody said, well, we know Russia got at least one, and I think that's not funny. But it's hilarious. Either way, that's where we are. So now we have your American citizen, and America goes to bat for their citizens. But in exchange for that, in this current climate that we're in, we want to exchange the lesbian basketball player for a notorious arms dealer. That's the conversation. That's the part that needs attention. And then the parts beyond that. Because why? The Russia got one part, it takes me out every time. But why? Well, like I said, we have to consider the current climate of the state. We're on the precipice. We're on the precipice of who the hell knows. Who the hell knows? And what it is going to be is not like anything has been before. So sometimes we can't be expecting, I know he loves me if he holds my hand. Well, he might love you, but, hold you close at night. Or so, you know what I'm saying? You can't expect for things to be realized in a way that you're familiar with. And then if it doesn't happen that way, then it can't be this. That's not where we're at when everything is everything. When Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Kim white, Kanye black. All your kids don't have to be in a represent black artists, music artists. Your kids don't have to do that. But everything is everything, especially when we come to situations like that. Well, James Brown did a little ticking in the thing, but the biggest difference between James Brown did a lot for the culture. James Brown did a lot for the culture. I think of where the culture was going, but it's Kanye, which is a new word, and that's what I'm saying. Things are different. It's Kanye's influence and his contributions to the culture that kind of lend him to be in these, to have these conversations, to have been in these rooms with these people. And that's what I said. If you can't really speak on anything Kanye's talking about if you don't understand the people or the references that Kanye makes. And if you are, you speaking biased, and don't nobody want to have no biased conversation, and you just hell bent on being on crucifying the man when you're not open to understanding why the man is even having these conversations or saying these things. And that's not have nothing to do with crazy. That's understanding who he is. I don't know nobody like Kanye West. Do y'all know somebody like Kanye West? I don't know one person like Kanye West. I wouldn't know what to do. I would love to have a conversation, sit and pick his brain, as they say, or even let him talk his things, and let him just drop something, just conversation wise on politics and entertainment. Like I said, he gets handsy and he's a man, and the misogyny and all that stuff, but that's no different than anybody else. I got the videos on Jay-Z running through girls. Don't nobody talk about that, but because he's with Beyonce. Somebody said too, and that's the thing, guys be all for guys. Even in the Chrissy videos, like Jay never ran with Elpo, and niggas just think they know because niggas think they know nigga shit. But good afternoon, Starlight. In another TikTok video, they said Beyonce could easily move on from Jay-Z, which is an absolute fact. For Beyonce to find somebody, and what is Jay-Z? It's easily a fact. If Eve left Stevie J and got her a billionaire white man, because that's the only direction. I'm not gonna say she can be able to find a black man that's on Jay-Z's level, but that's how Jay-Z was designed. No, but for her to go over and find somebody equally as successful as her and equally as influential as her would not be a problem. And just because you don't know the person doesn't mean that person is not as influential. Beyonce could go and date one of them Arnault boys, fucking true. I don't know if Bernard Arnault got kids, grandkids, but easily get linked up in something like that. I don't know why I said that, but maybe it makes sense some way. Easily get linked up with somebody like that, but just because of all of this, I'm black, you gotta be, shut the fuck up. I be so Lord, and I don't want to get caught up. But all of this is very new to me because we on the ground floor of greatness here. And like I said, those comments and some of the videos are just like people, especially wake up and choose violence by the second, and that's the world we live in. Cut to my Barney video where it's like people are adamant, and most of them was. Because black people got other things to worry about. We get killed in the streets and shit like that. So the hate is for the white people. But don't let us get angry. Well, she did date around, but that's the same way Jay-Z was designed to be the black man. You know what I mean? The black man's millionaire reference. That's how Beyonce was designed. Their relationship is a matter of it's a business. It's a business. It's a business. Like I said, can you imagine waking up to all those Jay-Z's? When I roll over, let's say Toya right now, Medicine Wives, Toya, not that. When I said, and then people was upset at me saying, what's ageist? And a lot of people just fucking labels. Okay. Just because I base my voice, the opinion is mine. And when you label somebody, it's more of a lifestyle thing. You know what I mean? Sure, you could say, okay, you acting like a bitch or something like that, whatever the case may be. But that's just those are adjectives. But when you label somebody, like they call me, instead of what an ageist statement. Like, first of all, I'm not an ageist, but first of all, I'm over Toya and Eugene. But I'm over Paris Hilton being as successful as she is, grown as she is, playing this little. And I'm over that, especially now that her voice is out the bag. Thank you, I'm entitled. Thank you so much. Yeah, what was she gonna do with Case? And that's the thing too. Beyonce was raised for greatness, raised for it. So there wasn't no playing around with people trying to figure it out. And that's the thing what they say about Jay-Z and why he couldn't run with Alpo, because he was a husband. Well, he was, worried about his career. But so that's where they are common. That's where they're equally yoked because they're both equally as passionate about the projection, the direction of their careers. People call me agents. I'm tired of Paris Hilton playing this. Oh, I'm this girl. I'm over that. So then you throw the Sailor Moon outfit on. No, I needed you to come with something better, something more mature, something better. Not with Sailor Moon. No shade, because one of my followers was like, that's what I went as, and that's cute. It's a gimmick, and I'm not a Sailor Moon fan, so I don't really get the reference, but I understand the reference. It may be for other people. But me saying that about Paris Hilton was more of a complete thought, not just, oh, she's too old to be Sailor Moon. No, she's too old to be playing this soft and meek, fucking DJing in Ibiza and jet setting around the world and conducting business and running through these men and things like, oh, I'm Sailor Moon. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I'm over that. I'm so over that. So that's that. But that's the other thing. But the influence, the Beyonce waking up to all those Jay-Z's, Toya, and that's the thing, I'm entitled to my opinion, not that attractive, goes to Atlanta, gets with Eugene, who's not that secure, and is supported by this woman, is entertained by this woman, and now they begin to think because she can manipulate him, he just wants to work, and he loves to have her come home and be to her, or whatever, just want to be. At this point now, with all this engagement and stuff like this with the show, the approach or the wooing that probably either of them get coming from how they met each other is liable to break both of them up. Because somebody can easily come up to Eugene and say, listen, I'm in love, I like you. You're big and you're working and you're this and you're that and I don't argue in this and that and whatever the case may be, Eugene. Toya, I'm strong and I'm big and I'm square jaw and I just fuck all night and I make money too, and that's for Toya. But when you're worried about the business and the growth like Beyonce and Jay-Z are, now we have to, because it's not what's going to make me happy. It's not the things that I want. These are the things that I need. And like I said before, for people to be married in a relationship and set the standard, that's what they need it to be. At the same time, that's why Rihanna and Chris Brown could never be. Because that magnitude of influence in a genuine relationship, which I think Kanye and Kim were too, a genuine relationship. We had a genuine interest in her. She had a genuine interest in him. But it's all for the reason. Because people think with Beyonce and Jay-Z is people think Jay-Z too ugly and Beyonce too successful or not that pretty, whatever. But people, it's so mixed. But Chris Brown and Rihanna, child, what is it? It was everything. It was the bee's knees. It was the icing on the cake. It was the cherry on top. It was the perfect packaging. It was everything. But they had to disrupt that. They wouldn't be thinking about nothing. Chris Brown and Rihanna could have launched 1,000 ships, and everybody would have been trying to get on every single one. They wouldn't care about what Beyonce and Jay-Z were doing. Kim and Kanye would not have the influence. So that's why they have to go through the ebbs and the flows and things like that. Rihanna has lots of struggles in her getting to the point that she is in now, which is another reason why I don't think, why the hell would she want to have kids? But that's a separate situation. That's a separate conversation. What y'all saying? That video was on the yacht, by the way. No, that's the opening the doors. And that's just on what's the world, the patriarchy, and that's just on that, because there's no way, or even if I'm always devil advocate, whether that's just the part the woman plays, that's just her statement to further that, to solidify the idea that the patriarchy is where it needs to be. When y'all know, my Lux ladies know, God is a woman controls the world, she creates life, she ends life, she functions in a different, and that's the thing too. Like I said, we have to move differently. You just look at women and men. Women move completely different than men. The way their minds think, the way they rationale, decisions that they make is when emotions get involved in women is when they start to, things get a little risky, get a little shifty. But look, if when you look into the animal kingdom, in which we are animals, you know, whatever, you know, women run it all. Women run it all, from birds to bears to lions. Women run it all. But what the fuck make us think that humans are so different? The patriarchy, the ability to be colonized, the ability to establish a set rule of things, societal standards and things like that. Fucking lions don't care about that. They're engraved for millions of years. Lions, big ass lions with the main king of the jungle. If it's gonna be a lion, it's a female lion. I've seen female lions beat a male lion's ass. Okay? Only time he get to biting on her is when he get ready to have sex with her and she allows it. Birds. The pretty, beautiful birds ain't the females, it's the males. Because they have to perform for the females. Whales. Women run the pods. For years and years and years and years and years. Elephants. Women run the pods for years and years and years and years. You running the pod, you sharing the information, you pushing forth the next generation. The hell about a patriarchy? And they run fine. I've said this for years because I'm an animal person. I want to be a veterinarian grown up. The truest form of reality, but I realize that's kind of warped now too, because the truest form of reality is watching a nature show. Watching them hunt, watching them be, watching them exist. Truest form of reality, because you can't manipulate that. But they manipulate things when they talk about how, you know, animals are homosexual as well. And those are the things they omit from the David Attenborough documentaries. But the facts are there. Two, and somebody got to be ugly in a relationship. Ain't that it? Yes, you guys, share the live, support the channel, subscribe to the subscriptions. That whole Emil thing, but that's the thing too. It's like, okay, you know, well, everybody can't be famous, and everybody don't have what it takes. Where everybody don't want to be involved. Like I said, look at India Arie, who was people still love India Arie, but it's like, I'm not doing this to be whatever this is that y'all want me to be. And that's how, you know, I think we lose a lot of artists that we enjoy because of those reasons. And that's just on human nature. You want me to what? I gotta what? With who? And then what? They offer $1 million and say, yeah, all this money you're gonna have to pay back and you'll never come out of debt. And they'll say, I think I'm all right over here, keeping my money. What's the topic, honey? We're always on topic, even if we're off topic. And that's what fame is. Because success will rationalize okay, I have to do all these things. I have to be fine with living in the confines. And then bank on myself to be that successful so that I can come out of that to have the Skims and the Ivy Park and the perfumes and the things. You know what I mean? And a lot of these artists have no. Tell me right now one artist who could come out with a clothing line and people are going to support it the way they do the Skims and the Fenty and things like that. Granted, they put in their time before they did things like that, but all the while the success was there. You know what I mean? And look at Maya. Although Maya, very much so like Ashanti, very much so like Ashanti, successful call girls that people picked up on, people liked, they liked Ashanti's voice. At least J-Lo did enough to carry a tune. But I mean, people love Ashanti, hate J-Lo. Like ketchup, don't like tomatoes. Make it make sense. And Maya, I think Maya was just cool with people. Maya was cool with the ladies that kept her looped in. That was clear to me when she was on the show with, hey, Nurse Coco. That was clear to me when she was on the show with Lil' Kim and B. Simone. And now, I mean, like, look at those girls now. Look at Maya after that. Dip it low, bring it up slow, roll it around, like poke it out like your back broke. And I mean, look at those girls. Christina Milian got the baby with Lil Wayne. No, The Dream. Did she get baby by both of them? She got baby by the people she don't have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? So you get what you get when it's given to you. And that's if you, like I said, maybe she's just like, okay, this is that, or work out. Because like Kanye left, Def Jam after Donda. That was his last album in his contract, which was like, you know, I mean, like, you know, you look at things like that, and people just do things to finish out their contract or because they're contractual obligations. And they say to Christina Milian and Ashanti, you only got to put out 2 albums for that label, but you're then going to work with these people for, however, you know, for this amount of songs that they need you for. You never know what the hell the contract states. But you know, I'm of the belief that they have these situations in here that don't continue on the careers of these people that we love. Leona Lewis, I ain't seen her. You know, she hosting drag competitions. What the hell Leona Lewis know about drag? But she probably screwing some you. I said, okay, we're gonna put you on this thing and get you a check. Leona Lewis and Vanessa Williams on the same, but also Marcel Visage and Trixie Mattel. So that's just because everything is everything. Everything is everything. What's meant to be will be. Who said that? And who said that? I haven't been on hour till they told me. You've been on 90 minutes, you should take a break. I don't know where that came from. A lot of updates. Also, speaking of updates, I don't have that voice update yet. That's going to be one hell of a thing. Also, too, screw the people over at TikTok, but I'm not mad because I'm not an Apple supporter, right? But Apple do get that, but that's the problem, and that's why I'm not an Apple supporter. Apple be the first to get some updates, get the emojis, get things, get the this. You can do TikTok black. Now lots of apps done gone black, dark. And I'm just up with it. My phone is dark, my apps is dark. You know what I mean? I like it dark. I got to have an Apple phone to get the damn TikTok dark until they Android it available. I got to have an Apple phone to get the damn voice updates. To that I say, screw that. At the same time, it's not pushing me to get no damn iPhone. And nobody's asking, I'm just saying. But I would love to have TikTok dark. I would love it. I'll probably stay on there longer. So that's probably a good thing. But, goddamn phones. Let's do this real quick. Because I don't think I'm going to make a video about it because I done moved on. I don't like Apple. I'm not an Apple person. Apple is that's big business, okay? Yes, Carrie Wilson, Sherry Dennis, Tweet, Nivea, 7th Streeter. You know, these girls could be out here dominating. Tamia, dominating. But no, it's about everybody that's out right now is who it's all about. The Beyoncé's, Rihanna's, Adele, Lady Gaga. Where they is, honey, I don't know. Whether Carrie Hilson is sitting there writing songs for somebody or whatever, Shit, even Keisha Cole, so she let that fame get to her, and then she just lost her way completely. You know, lost her way completely. Brought the girl out the hood, tried to make her somebody, because she rode that line of like a Beyonce and Rihanna. You know what I mean? But child, she got loose in the goose, loose in the lips, and said what she said about Beyonce. Carrie Wilson did too. And it's like, why would you compromise your career? You know what the hell you saying.